Hey, 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 my lovelies. Thank you and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibration. Okay, if you are new to the channel, I want to say welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to say welcome back. My name is Kamoy, and we're doing the daily vibration for today, 8/17/2022. Keeping in mind that energy is fluid. So whenever you click on this video, the message resonates and vibrates. You want to go ahead and take what you need. You want to leave what you do not need. Shelf what you don't understand in case you need to circle on back for confirmation or greater understanding of the message. Okay, and also if you are clicking on this video at a later date, if the title of the video resonates and it vibrates, you want to just once again take what you need and leave what you do not. All right, that's the best way to do things. Okay, so just right off the bat today, we are vibrating on the number 4. Okay, that's the plane of doing. All right, so there's a lot of practicality that should be taken into consideration today, which means the practical way to get things done, into bringing things into this 3D realm. You also have the number 8 if we're dealing with the day only, because it's 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. So that is going to be new beginnings. That's also going to be you tapping in to your intuitive nature today. All right. I know I say this every day. Like, your intuitive nature at this point should be second nature to you. And if you have not learned how to do that, you are in the right place, because that is what we talk about here on this channel. A lot about trusting your intuition. Okay. So vibrating, like I said, 2 numbers we need to keep in mind today is the number 4 and the number 8. Okay, 4 more about doing and being practical. 8 about new beginnings and tapping into your intuition is something that you can utilize today. All right. Now, starting off, we are doing the elements. So we're going to be doing spirit, ethers, however you want to relate to them, your God force energy, source energy, right? It's going to be the first element, all right, the 5th element. And then we are also going to be dealing with air. We're going to be dealing with water. We're going to be dealing with fire. And we are going to be dealing with earth, all right? The way that you can apply these messages as they're coming through, you're going to be relating them to your thinking, your feeling, your actions, and the actual manifestation and practicality in the 3D realm. So that's going to be air, which is your thinking. It's going to be water, your feelings, fire, your doing, actual actions, the steps that you're taking. And then earth is going to be how you're grounding yourself and how practical your manifestations are coming forward, okay? Okay, so we're starting off the overall energy with the 5th element. This is spirit. And what does spirit have to say today? So we have the Ebens or the Ebens, just depending on how you pronounced it, okay? And this energy is really mystery energy, or like energy of things where you have to go do the research, right? You have to read in between the lines of the things that are not said. You need to trust your intuition with this energy. Not even to mention, this energy is also about, like that hunch that you may get, that just inner knowing that lingers that you may get. You want to trust that today, all right? Now, you also want to know that this energy can also represent something starting out in an infancy stage, like something has just started. So you may need to take the time to trust your intuition before you move, right, too quickly, before you overreact, or before you are not allowing yourself to trust yourself within this energy. Okay, so that's going to be important. All right, keep it in mind, guys. You control your own reality. You control your reality, your own reality. Nobody else does. Nobody else does. We are still currently in the moon energy of Aries. It's going to be swapping over to Taurus at about 10:22 p.m. So we have that action-driven energy by Mars still in the atmosphere, in your emotions. But then that's going to be fading away towards the end of the night, as we're closing out the night with that Taurian energy, which is also going to be about stability. So moving from Aries, Mars energy action, moving into Venus energy, which can be a little bit more loving, a little bit more pleasure filled, and maybe even a little bit more overindulgence, right? So trusting your intuition and reading in between the lines is going to be key today, right? Matching that energy, you have change coming in today. And I can see that because with the number number 8 in the atmosphere, we are talking about new beginnings just for the day. We do have triple twos in the date as far as the year is concerned. So when we're dealing with triple twos, you know that is hypersensitive energy in the atmosphere that you may need to pay attention to, okay? Hypersensitive energy in the atmosphere, which means people could be taking things personally today, depending on what time throughout the day before we transit over to Taurus. You can see within their response, it can be a little aggressive. So be mindful of that, okay? Heavy projection has been in the air all week, so you also want to be mindful of that, all right? Clarifying this message from Spirit, it is important for you to be able to choose wisely today. And I kind of say, when you're choosing wisely, it's kind of like, what do you want to give your energy and your attention to today? Because the flip side of the Eben's energy is really being gullible, being naive, not asking the right questions, maybe even isolation, right? For some people. This energy also, on the flip side, is lies, paranoia. Right? So you're either trusting your intuition or you're dealing with some type of naivete, being gullible. You're not asking the right questions. There could be lies that you haven't really sourced out yet, and you're a little bit paranoid when you don't need to be, right? So there's change here, and that's what some of you could be picking up on energetically. So you do want to be mindful of that, okay? Choose wisely, change, and the events. That's what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying, don't give your energy to things today that doesn't really need it, right? Remember, there has to be a willingness right now in this energy to trust your intuition. We started out the week like that. Being able to see and hear from a different perspective was going to be important. The doing aspect and the feeling aspect was also going to be important as you're moving throughout this week, right? We did speak about that at the top of the week, okay? So now, let's move on. You guys are going to hear like that pump thing because I have my... the thing that stretches out the muscles in my neck. I have that gadget on. I don't even know what it's called, like a compression thing. But anyway, okay. So here we go. Let's take a look and see what energy is going on. All right. So remember, we're dealing with the doing aspect. What are people thinking? What are people feeling? What are people doing? And how are their manifestation working out? All right. So we're going to start off and just take a look and see what people are doing. So we do have the 5 of Cups popping up here. And the 5 of Cups energy is usually energy of, and the way that it's faced right now, this is energy of maybe disappointment, maybe even thinking that you may have lost something, right? This energy is also dealing with Scorpio's energy. So go into the depths of stuff in Pisces energy. And then we also have here Neptune. Neptune can bring in a greater level of ascension, just so you know. All right. Not to mention that number 5 is all about change. We do have here in reverse popping up on the Page of Wands, and we had this in yesterday's daily vibration, if I'm not mistaken, or it could have been in another video that I did yesterday, but this card popped up a lot, this Page of Wands, right? So you got somebody that may be dealing with disappointment, maybe dealing with some hurt, maybe stuck in thinking, you know, I shoulda, coulda, you know, that type of shoulda, coulda energy. They may not be feeling as enthusiastic today as they normally do, okay? Or today, what's coming up that you may be mindful of as you are in your thoughts, right, is 1, being impatient, 2, being gullible. And we talked about being gullible with the energy from Spirit. Spirit is saying, don't be gullible, right? Maybe not planning, not tapping in and planning things all the way out because you're operating from a fight or flight mode, because we do have the root chakra showing up here. Root chakra is your stability chakra, right? So this is your grounding chakra, family, money, fight or flight, okay? Being able to ground this chakra is important. And I want to say, popping up here as far as planets is concerned, you do have Saturn popping up here, right? Saturn rules Capricorn, and it's also the co-ruler of Aquarius, right? So we're talking about being able for you to bring in discipline, order, and structure, right? But it's also, I want to say, with the um with the Sagittarius energy, there's an expansion of things, right? So this is important for you to ground yourself, because however you're grounding yourself now, it's going to expand. So if you're grounding yourself in your thoughts today and your thinking today about replaying negative shit and disappointment, that is going to expand. Okay, so you're gonna have to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the energy. That's gonna expand. So watch what you're thinking today. There's strength and power in your thoughts, okay? And everything that you had to go through up until this point is needed for this journey. So you are going to have to take that into your body. Sit with that. What choices have you made? Have you overreacted? Have you done the best that you can do? Right? And if you've done the best that you can do, is it time now for you just to go on and release? Right? Stand in your strength. There is nothing that you have been through that cannot take you to where you need to go. Okay? Everything is relevant. So definitely pay attention to what you're thinking today. All right. Don't be hasty. Don't be gullible. Tap into your strength. Tap into the lesson that you've learned as you are moving throughout the day today. Right. All right. So we have the Hangman energy showing up here. You know, with the Hangman energy, this energy is Neptune energy. It should be an energy of spiritual awakening. This energy is also about getting a new perspective. And we've been talking about that a lot. Getting a new perspective, right? We've been talking about that a lot. Getting a new perspective. And the Justice card is showing up here with the Hangman energy. So we're now in your emotions, your feeling aspects of the day, right? We just took care of what you were thinking. Now showing up in your feeling aspect of today, the heart chakra is showing up, right? We do have Venus showing up. And we have Libra showing up. All right. So this is justice. This is things coming to maybe some type of closure. All right. Especially if you have some type of court matters. This could be finally the court date has come up. You finally gotten a court date for something. Right. This is being honest. This is being truthful maybe about how you feel about something. This is being truthful about maybe the lessons that you've learned from this particular experience, right? Being able to know and do that is important, all right? Not holding on to things is going to be important as you're moving throughout this energy. So you need to be mindful of that, right? Body work. I feel like this emotional energy or this energy of your feelings, breathing, journaling, talking about it is going to be important today if you're holding on or harboring some type of emotion today that's causing you anxiety, nervousness, okay? So you want to be mindful of that, all right? Now, I want to say here with this lead the way, I feel like this lead the way card is showing people how to treat you, right? So once you tapped into whatever decision you need to make, from the perspective of the Hangman, or whatever new perspective you need to come into with this Hangman energy, know that there's justice popping up here, right? But truth is necessary. Some breathing, some meditation, a massage, some therapy, some yoga, some exercise may be something that you may want to look into as you're moving throughout the day. I say stop and take the time to breathe, especially when you feel the stress come on you, okay? Because you're the only one that can show others how to treat you as you lead the way, all right? So you want to be mindful of that. You're the only one, okay? Now, health choices. And I feel like paired with body work and health choices, once again, this is about breathing, self-care. Choosing to be happy, because you can't control people emotionally. It's a heart chakra day for some of you, all right? Venus is in the atmosphere, and it's in the atmosphere with Libra. Sometimes with that Libra energy, you can stick your head in the sand emotionally. Brush it off like it doesn't bother you, and it really does, okay? And it's okay to say that bothered me. I don't know why that bothered me, but that bothered me. It's okay to say that, Okay, so emotionally, you want to speak your truth today. There may be decisions made for you to gain a new perspective emotionally today. All right, so you want to be mindful of that. I'm going to jump back over here to your thoughts for a second, because as you're moving through, knowing that your experiences has led you to this moment right here that you're thinking about, and you have the choice to make a different decision today in your thinking, right? The message is create your own life as you were thinking through whatever situation, whatever circumstances, right? Especially if it's something that has caused you pain. Maybe even if you've just encountered shocking news. I know yesterday we dealt with the tower energy. So you could have gotten some news. You could have gotten something that you may not have necessarily been anticipating as quickly, right? This could be some type of deception, some type of, feeling like somebody had done something and got away with it, right? But it is saying here, create your own life. Tap into your strength mentally. Control your mental thoughts. Emotionally, be honest with yourself. Today is what it's saying, right? Do you know the things stress can do to your body? Own it. Once you own it, you can't allow the stress to leave, right? If you don't own it, and if you keep holding on to things, the stress doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. It does not. Okay, so we're dealing now with your actions. This will be the fire energy, your actions, right? We got the 3 of swords popping up here. This usually represents some type of heartbreak, some type of painful situation, right? And what this is indicating to me, some people may be moving in an aspect of pain, right? Now we know that healthy choices already popped up for your emotions, self-love. So if there's some type of pain, you know that self-love is needed here, right? You also got Virgo energy showing up here. And Mercury. There's some type of analyzing going on here in this energy, right? So in some people's actions today, they're moving in fear. You know, y'all know that this 9 of Swords is my mental black magic card, and that's a lot of fear. That's a lot of anxiety that's going on in the collective today. You need to be mindful of that. That could be heavy projection. So you also want to be mindful of that as you're moving. And if this is not you operating like this, then the energy that you're around could be, because this is a collective reading. So remember, you don't have to share walls with somebody and share your space also. You can share walls and not invite them into your personal space, aka your mind and your feelings, right? You can just share those walls, or maybe even a cubicle, but you don't have to allow somebody to invade your personal space mentally, emotionally, physically, just know that. All right. So as far as action is concerned today, a lot of people are moving from pain, a lot of anxiety, a lot of unhappiness, and maybe even jealousy. All right. A lot of mental conflict because they're not doing the work that they're required. And this projection could be coming from family, or definitely people that you love, people that you respect. Okay. So you want to be mindful as you're moving throughout the energy today, my loves. Okay. About not taking things personally today is what I'm going to say. You don't want to take things personally today as you're moving throughout this energy, all right? Now, like I said, we have Virgo energy, and we also have Mercury's energy on the board. We do have your Sakura chakra popping up here. And your Sakura chakra, just so you guys know, this has to do with relationships, emotions, and the changes that needs to unfold, okay? You then have Mars popping up here, and then you have Gemini. So people could be communicating from a place of anger, frustration. This could be very argumentative energy. So you want to be mindful not to get caught up in the arguments with family today. Not to get caught up in the petty shit that people got going on. Be mindful of that as you are moving throughout the day, right? Yep, choices, right? Feeling blocked, feeling restrained. And I feel like this has to do with the heavy reflection that people are doing because of this sakura chakra here, not dealing with the relationships, not dealing with the change or the emotions that's needed to come forth from these relationships. Okay, so pay attention to your actions today. People may be moving based on fear. There may be some stuff going on along the lines of family, and you have choices as to you whether or not you're going to allow anyone to invade your personal space. All right, your spiritual space. You may have to share a space with them, but that don't mean that they get to take over. I'm sorry, you may have to share walls with them, but that does not mean they get to take over your space. Okay. All right, so wrapping it on up, we got the earth element, which is going to be the manifestation, the practical realm. Okay, so after you've thought about something, you felt the way you felt about that thing, you've taken action towards that thing, this is the outcome of the manifestation of that thing, right? You do have the 10 of Pentacles here showing on up, and I want to say this is usually things coming in together. This is good work, this is money, this is abundance flowing. I want to even go as far as saying this could even be a lucrative partnership for some of you. This is for some of you family income. You know, some of you may have been thinking about the next move, right, as far as your stability is concerned. That's been a very heavy concern, right, this week. Stability has been one of the things. So this right here, especially if you've been dealing with court stuff, because I feel like justice and stuff, we have the court stuff earlier this week also. Some people can be either getting a job increase financially, feeling abundant, but this has to do with legacy. This has to do with your home and your stability being grounded, right? You got the 9 of Pentacles showing up here. And with the 9 of Pentacles energy, it's kind of like, and if I'm not, look, see, we got that Virgo energy again, right? But this time with the Virgo energy, we got Venus. And we still have that Sakura chakra energy showing up here. Family, friends. So that's, partners. That's relationships that we have with people, emotions, and the change that needs to come in, right? So this is feeling at the end of the day, after you've done all of the work, right, in the thinking aspect, the feeling aspect, the aspect of your actions. If you are doing the work, you can see that this is going to be beneficial and fruitful for you. You can see whatever you've been working towards, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, you're beginning to see, or you're going to begin to see fruits of your labor popping on up, okay? Queen of Wands is popping on up here with third eye chakra energy, the moon card, as well as Leo. Leo represents that confidence, okay? The moon card represents that emotional aspect of yourself, the depths, the truth, the hidden truth that you don't really show people, okay? Along with third eye chakra, perception, your perspective on things, okay? Your psychic abilities or your intuitive abilities. Queen of Wands energy is also about taking the things that you've learned in the past and applying them this time around. This is energetic energy. This is energy of confidence, okay? This is energy of you being able to maintain your cool in chaotic situations, all right? This energy can be optimistic because you've learned some things. You learn some things, so you're not as pressured to keep up with the Joneses as much anymore. And I kind of feel like if you do the work, and I don't feel like this particular reading today is just about today. I think that's just the energy and the atmosphere right now, right? Doing the work, and once you've done the work, you will reap the reward that you so wonderfully deserve, okay? So I kind of feel like, here you go, children energy is popping up. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. And let me just say, this does not necessarily have to mean outer children. That could be the inner child within you. Your life purpose always involves you helping the inner child within you, all right? You want to be mindful in your practical world today, the 3D world today, as you're moving forward, to use your time wisely. Allow every moment to count, and know that even if you're having a bad moment, that's not your whole day. That's just that moment, okay? Use your time wisely, okay? Here we go. Time is showing up again. And we haven't even gotten into all of the movies where there's a whole bunch of time stuff going on. We're going to tackle that in one of these lives, right? Use your time wisely, okay? Especially if you feel like you're in a rush or you're under pressure. You want to be able to utilize your time your time wisely. Here we go about the moments again, right? Making sure you're moving through your day, right? Recognizing moments. You don't want to recognize the day was fucked up or the day was bad, right? That particular moment at that space in the day may not have been the best, okay? So I do want to say that, right? You want to create new memories as you're moving throughout the day, aka being able to pay attention to your perspective, okay? You also have maybe energy of nostalgia. I feel like there's everything around the world in the past maybe 2.5 years have changed drastically. So a lot of people could be feeling very nostalgic, especially if you're driving through your neighborhood and you're noticing the drastic change, or you're driving, throughout the city and you're noticing change, right? So you want to begin to create new memories. Things are not the same. We are now in the multi-dimensional world. We are in the multi-metaverse, y'all. And we're going to get into that a lot more on the new channel that is coming, okay? The last card that we have here today is I like you. Someone likes you. Romantic feelings could be blooming, but I also feel like for some people, this is not an external someone. This is an internal someone, your higher self. This is you being asked to date yourself, have fun, to relax, to put shoulders down, right? Maybe, soften up a little bit. Children can be very fun and soft and looking towards brighter perspectives. You may want to do that as you're moving throughout your day-to-day, y'all. Okay? All right, so y'all know the deal. So overall energy that we have going on is you want to operate in your strengths as you're moving throughout the day today. You want to make sure that you're doing the body work that is necessary today, right? But you also want to know with this children energy, I feel like that's going into your inner child. And for some of you, this could be actual physical children, right? Your life purpose involve actual physical children. But for some of you, I really feel like this overall message when it comes to children has to do more with that inner child, healing that inner child. Okay. All right, my loves. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. You want to make sure that you're going to ahead and do something kind for yourself. You want to love yourself. You want to honor yourself. You want to do something kind for somebody else today, even if they don't deserve it, just because you can. Right? Just because you can. Even if that something kind means walking away. How about that? All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all in tomorrow's Daily Vibration. Have a wonderful day, my loves.